So hey everyone, today is Friday, 17 June 2022 and this is the Hindu daily edition, right? So as usual, we'll be first identifying the most important news followed by a detailed analysis of the same. So before moving further, let us first look over a prelims question. As usual, it is map based and as I deal with it daily, so you be with me and try to understand, or it's better that you try to answer this question. I'll get to it in the last. I'll just write the question here in the space, right? So let's see what is the question. The question is a map based question which goes like this. Okay, which of the following is nearest to Nicobar Islands? Okay, and your option is number 1 Sri Lanka, number 2 Myanmar, number 3 is your Tamil Nadu. Let me see, Point Calimere. Okay, I'll give you an option of Point Calimere. Number D Java, and number E Sumatra. So I'll be giving you 5 options today. Matra. Okay, so you tell me the answer to this question while we discuss the newspaper. You think about this, which could be the answer, or let me write it in a better way. Sumatra, right? Oh, Sumatra. Okay, so you think about this and tell me the answer in the comment box. I'll pin up the comment that comes with the answer first, right? So let's begin without delaying. In identification, anti-Agnipat starts turn valid. Okay, this is important. Demolition should not be retaliatory. Okay, this is important. Daily COVID cases cross 12,000 mark. This is not good. Park continues to disturb peace in India, says Rajnath. Okay. Go to crack civil services plan a timetable, stick to it. Dr. Lakshmaya. Okay. Principles to be set, minimum benchmark for government school. This is very important. Look, we'll do this. Principles to be set for government schools, right? We have to see why. What is that? And I don't see any. Okay, this is a very important article. It may attract a question in mains, right? Worms replace night in concrete jungle. This is related to urban heat island effect. All the geography optionals will easily know this. Those who don't know, expect a question from this in paper 1 or maybe in paper 3, means GS1 or GS3, right? So be prepared for it. You won't get the essay for this, but we have to do it anyway, right? Now let's see. Spotlight, tackling Odisha's missing school children. If you want to read, you can read it. Okay, just see these things. The death of teacher, out of school into marriage, off to work away from home, high school a dream, misfiring schemes, festering problems. These are the points that you have to write. You won't be writing this entire paragraph there, right? So you have to know these points only and you have to write accordingly. Fine. Metro plus not required. How to fight a pandemic with art. Let me see the mask. It's very good. Okay, know your Baba Sahib. Fine. A matter of pride. Okay. Panir Selvam, no. Lessons learned, no. 10 arrests so far in Musewala, no. Not required for examination. Okay. Suspension of 7, not required. Okay. Bulldozer, injustice to teach a lesson. Temper provocation is overlooked and tempted, found guilty. Okay. Now look. This is what a strong governments do in some states. It is writing. Okay, bulldozer may be bad, may be good, we don't know. But one thing we know, that the government in Uttar Pradesh is kind of a strong government that takes action instantly, right? And therefore, look, they have not written directly Uttar Pradesh, right, or Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. They have simply written some states. This shows that what a strong government can do and how prosperous it can make the state. Because UP is actually progressing. Okay, waiting for jobs. Personally, not for festering unemployment issue. Okay, we'll see this. Unemployment is a kind of paper 3 thing, so we'll see this. The floundering of Israel's uneasy coalition. If you want, you can read it, but again, the thing is that we basically have defense and agricultural agreements with this Israel, right? So we will mostly be focusing on that only. Okay, race for relevance. The Fed rate like an. Okay, we'll do this. This is economic. COVID-19 becoming an endemic. Maybe not. We'll see how. Rain alone does not make monsoon. Okay, how so? We'll read this. This is a very good thing because you can expect a question that rain alone does not make a monsoon. Comment. Okay, for 10 marker, you may get this type of question, right? So possibility is there. So we'll not be leaving any possibility. Okay, so we'll be doing that. Text and context page, the reason behind crashing of crypto market, at least we'll do the gist. If you're invested in crypto, then it's time that you read the entire article. Okay, the move to link credit card with UPI, a very good thing. We'll see this. Okay, and we have this Dada Saab Phalke Award winner for 2021, Rajinikanth, the audacity of regional films. Okay, from the archives. Not required. Reconsider Agnipath scheme. Janata Dal United Tel Center. Okay, hiring soldiers for a few years not a good idea. Says Amrinder Noise scheme may give rise to disaffection among youths. Okay. Okay. ASEAN India meet discusses remarks on profit informally. Look at this. ASEAN and India meets are discussing remarks on profit. Sir, you should discuss about economy, the growing challenges of pandemic, and you are discussing and this Russia-Ukraine crisis, how has it impacted the entire subcontinent, and you are discussing about profit, and that too informally. This is why this world has not captured Mars yet. The humans have the capacity to become God, the ruler of this universe, and they are just talking about profit and some Jesus, and some will talk about Jesus, some will talk about Hanumanji. Messages flown to Delhi after falling ill, not required. Congress to contest validity of ED case. Okay. There's nothing here. Now let's come to the news page. NTAGI recommends reducing booster dose to gap to 6 months. Okay, just know this. Okay, just know this thing. Unemployment rate dips in first quarter. Yes, we know that. Yesterday only this has come, so we won't be reading this. You just have a look over it. From 8.7%, I think it has come down. Yes, from 8.7%, right, to 8.2%. Okay, this was in news yesterday only, right? People from petrol pump after rumors of shortage. New LPG connection turn DRR. Okay. US to fund 3 Indian research institute will be doing this. Why they are funding us? Non-Indians now. India better place to avoid risk of stagflation. Okay, this is a very technical term, stagflation. I'll explain this to you. No choice but rise in airspace. Reserve Bank lift curves on MasterCard. Okay, yes. 3 months ago there was a this curve on MasterCard. We'll see what had happened. It was the MasterCard was not allowed to get new customers and to deal with the issues pertaining to it. Now it has, I think, resolved it. Therefore, the curves has been lifted. Okay, WTO said to extend e-com tariff freezing provision. Okay, retail sales to grow 24% over was not required. RBI extend Equitas SBF MD's tenure not required. Government eyes monsoon coal buffer stock to 40 million. Very important because India is a sort of coal right now. Continuing to not require a small farmer to be e-tractors, early adopters. Okay, we'll see this also. What is this e-tractor? Because this is a kind of S&T innovation, science and technology innovation in agriculture, right? And this becomes therefore very important. Leader pledge EU path for Ukraine. What? Promises keep 6 more powerful tank mounted artillery guns. They are not giving them peace. They are giving them guns, and guns never bring peace. Okay, so actually entire EU and entire NATO is pushing Ukraine to dangerous lows. Okay, just talk with Russia. This person should talk with Russia. He's showing gallantry where it is not needed. It is not always to get a sword into hand and become brave. Brave people also come down on to talk so that further losses can be minimized. They don't understand. I think they don't have the clear concept of bravery. This is what Karna has done in Mahabharata. He could have turned the war down after fall of Bhishma, but what he did, he went on to the war, and what happened? Entire subcontinent and faced the wrath of that war. What's the same thing he's doing? He's not understanding this. US playing a long game in ties with India, so we then okay fine. Indian American picked for top Pentagon post. This happens every now and then. We are talented and we are everywhere. Protest against Adani. Okay. US led troop capture top ISIS, not required. And then we are on the source page. Okay. Confident that India will look to force the series into a decider. Okay, fine. Okay, so today is that match, right? Okay, so with this we have identified the most important news, and now let's move on to analyze the same. Okay, so wait a minute. Yes, now I'm good. So let's see. We reach to first page first, third page first. So I'll tell you the answer for this question, then I'll move ahead. Okay, the answer you all know. The answer is yes. Now it is the yes. Oh, sometimes technologies do not understand what we want to do. This is the problem with artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's see the answer. Okay, So the answer goes like this. This is our India, हमारा प्यारा भारत, our beloved India, right? I'll make up the map, a very silly map from my side because I can make better than this, but for understanding I'm making this. So this is how it goes, and if you make the map of subcontinent, it will go like this. Okay, fine. And then we have this Andaman Island dot Nicobar Island. Oh, sorry. Then we have these things, and we have our Andaman and Nicobar Island somewhere here, right? Now tell me, what are the points? The first one is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is somewhere here. So is this distance, and Point Calimere is here, or this distance? This is Point Calimere, right? This is Sri Lanka. Here we have Myanmar, and the one is, this is your, it goes like this. Let me make a map first. This is Andaman, okay, and then we have this Sumatra, and then we have this Java, okay. So this is your Sumatra, and this is your Java. So the answer is clear. This is Nicobar Islands. Fine. So the answer is Sumatra. You understand now how to deal with such question? You just have to know the map, and that's it. Okay. So with this, we move forward and see other important news of the day. Okay. Anti-Agnipath stir turns violent. So what is this Agnipath? This is not a movie of Amitabh Bachchan. This is Agnipath scheme. Okay. And students are coming against it. Why? Because they think that it may hurt their career. Let's see. Thousands of youths in various states took to the street demanding rollback of contractualization of jobs in Indian armed forces under the newly announced Agnipath. Opposition party, trade unions and all came together. Okay. These organizations started consulting each other on Thursday, forming a national platform against Agnipath. Opposition party urged the center to withdraw the scheme. The Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh affiliated trade union Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh termed the protest politically motivated but distanced itself from Agnipath. Okay, so there is nothing regarding Agnipath, right? Yes. Amid the widespread protest, the union government on Thursday increased the limit to 23 years from 21 years for recruiting under Agnipath scheme for year 2022. Cognizance of the fact has not been possible to undertake recruitment during the last 2 years. The government has decided one-time waiver shall be granted for 23 year one-time waiver has been given. Okay. And let's see after that. 34 trains cancelled and all those things. Okay, so this is not good. They are burning the public property, and these students think that they will come in army and serve the nation. Sir, the studying people don't do these things. Okay, these things are done by people who are either of criminal background or are aspiring criminals or are aspiring politicians, right? So make sure that the student who wants to actually join this will study rather than coming on street. And they can come on street, that's perfectly fine, but they won't burn the public property. They understand that there is a fundamental duty attached with all fundamental rights, right? So you just remember this. Demolition should not be retaliatory, SC says UP government. So the Supreme Court also says that demolitions can happen but can't be retaliatory. You understand this? This is a very important thing. So the UP government has actually got a hand in demolition. So if they produce some information, some evidences and something that yes, this person was involved in some other kind of activity also, then also demolition can be there. Any activity should be in accordance with the law. Okay, so the bench has said rule of law should be followed, right? You get to the article, you'll understand it. It is very easy. Principle to set minimum benchmark for government school. Principle of, wait, the bike is not properly handled. Yes, now it is. Okay. Principle to set minimum benchmark for government school. Principal of Delhi government school run will have to set a minimum benchmark for infrastructure and cleanliness among other things. Okay. Infrastructure, cleanliness, etc. Not required. You just know these things. Okay, now let's see. Yes, the very and very important article for today, the urban heat island effect, and it has given an example of case study of Delhi. Okay, now we'll read the infographic first. Unplanned urbanization and changing land use cover have increased heat island. What I said in capital over time, I said that this is urban heat island effect. Okay, what are urban heat island over? They have given that also. There are pockets within the city that are warmer than surrounding rural areas due to loss of green cover and concretization. increased use of cooling equipment and vehicular pollution. So 3 major causes has been given, and these are the result. In 1972, look, this was only the heat island. In 1981, it increased to this much. In 1993, look, the density and area has increased. 2003, density and area has again increased, and in 2014, we have, look, such a huge area under this. Can you see this? This is one heat island, this is another heat island. These are the path linking the main heat islands. Okay, so it is a kind of hub and spoke model that has been created. Can you see? There is a hub and there are spokes. Okay, so you have to understand this, that how it goes from a point, it has grown to a entire this thing. So this is a very important map. You can draw it in the examination. That would be, means what I say, that would be sone pe suhaga. Okay, that what I can say. Okay, now let me give you a concept of urban heat island effect. What happens here in urban heat island effect? Okay, this is a very easy concept but a very important. Where are you going? Why are you going like this here and there? Don't you want me to explain to my audience? My system is misbehaving today, I think. It is not in accordance with the urban heat island thing. Okay, so I have got enough space now. Let me make this thing, just this thing. Okay, then let's see. What happens is, say, let me get the color of concrete first. So this is your, what is this? I'm fed up of this thing now. I'll have to get some other thing to do these things. I'll look for a software today. So the concept goes like this. You get your, you make, you means we make towns. Okay, so there is a thing called town here. So this town will be like this, something like this. As we all know, towns goes like this only, right? And there is, this is your town. Say, let me make the town first. Okay, so this is the town, and this is, and here you have the urban fringe, and then you have the countryside. Okay, so this is, these are some small towns. In the middle we have some smaller and far apart town, and in the countryside we have something like this. Okay, so what happens is, for the same heat intensity coming, okay, for coming of same heat intensity, what will happen? This area, okay, will become hot, and this area, because of green cover, okay, say there is a smaller green cover and there are more and more green cover here. Okay, so there are more and more green cover. You understand this now? So what will happen? This area will become cool and this is cooler, right? Why? Because we know plants cools the surrounding. Standard 6 science. That's okay with you? Okay, then plants cool the surrounding. So this surrounding is cooler than the urban surrounding. And how is this heat even enhanced? How the heating effect gets enhanced. Now, number one thing is due to less trees. Number one. Number two thing is concrete floors, buildings, roofs, etc. What happened? They absorb heat from sunlight and reflect some sunlight, which again heats the atmosphere, surrounding atmosphere. Okay, the surrounding atmosphere. Okay, so what happened? This becomes fully heated, right? And this is cooler. So what will happen during daytime? It is being heated, so low pressure is created here, and this is cooler, so high pressure is created here. So a wind flows from which color should I choose? Let me choose this color. This will be fine. A wind blows from where? From this side to this side during daytime. Okay, we will have a wind that is blowing from countryside to the heat island. Fine. And during night, what will happen? That a wind will blow in opposite direction. Why? Because this has become fully hot and this is Yet this will be more cooler because of night, right? The countryside will be cooler. This is called countryside. Okay, countryside. Fine. The countryside will be cooler than the heat in this one. So this is more cooler. This is heat. So wind will flow like this in the night. So this goes like this one. Okay. So like we have this concept of day and night. What we say? Wind, land breeze and sea breeze. Similar concept. Land breeze versus sea breeze. Okay. In morning, what happens? Sea breeze from sea to land come, and in night breeze from land to sea come. Similar is the case here also. You understand the concept now of urban heat island effect now, and that's why it is saying concrete jungle, because concrete is known to absorb heat as well as whatever small quantities it reflects, it heats up the atmosphere nearby. Okay, so as people of Delhi await some respite from intense heat wave, the mercury surpassed 35 degrees Celsius even at night. Okay, discussions on growing number of urban heat island in the capital have once again come to force. These maps are very important. Make a map in the examination. You will get at least 2 extra marks in this question, if not 10, if not 5. I think 10 would be an exaggeration. And how you will make this map? The map is very and very simple to make. You don't have to make a very hi-fi map as it is shown. Okay, I'll make a map for you. Wait, so that you get the concepts right. Fine. If this is the space that we have, because examination there is one thing, there are 2 constraints, that is space and time. Okay, so how you are going to make the map? Look, I'll choose the blue color. Okay, so the first map would be okay, I will be drawing with blue color only, right? So we'll make that 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, and we have this 2010s, right? So we had this iron, this is like this. Okay, this becomes like this. Okay, this becomes like this with some developing here and then. Today it has been like this, and there has been a kind of hub and spoke model, what you can see. Okay, and you can write from point or from point model to hub and spoke model transformation of urban heat island effect in New Delhi. Okay, that we do. Okay, and you can write, this is a illustrative diagram. Do not write it a map, because map is always too scale. It is an illustrative diagram, right? And you can mark it. This is Delhi. This is Delhi plus Gurugram. Okay, this is Delhi plus Noida plus Gurugram. This is Delhi plus Noida plus Gurugram plus NCT, National Capital Territory. This is NCT, and this is other surrounding cities. Like this you can write the answer. That would be fine. Okay. Heat related deaths, there are deaths on accidental deaths and suicides are there. You understand this, you read this. That's not very important. Now growing heat island. Okay. Rural fields nearby has cooled to around 15 degrees Celsius. So what had happened? Adjoining villages have been around 35 degrees Celsius, and rural fields is around 15 degrees Celsius. Fine. 60% of landscapes are disrupted. Signal or no? Okay, fine. This is thing. Okay. So for Delhi case study, you have to write this one. Over 60% of Delhi's landscape are disrupted, signaling alteration in enclosure. Okay, so 60% plus. Okay, landscape disrupted, which means what? Which means changed land use pattern. Okay, fine. And the second one data is this, and second data would be to write urban places 35 degrees Celsius plus open fields is about cool by 15 degrees Celsius plus. Okay, so this is what you have to write in this. You don't have to write everything. Just remember there is a space constraint, time constraint. If the question comes directly on this, then yes, you write this case study a bit more on this case study. But if the question is simply about the growing heat in India, then you have to give, this is a point in that, and you have to give just these examples, maybe this 1 or 2 of these maps comparison, right? Okay, now let's see if anything else is remaining before editorial. I don't see. Okay, as usual, how many tutorials we have to do? Only 2 things. Now we'll do the tutorial today in the here only. Okay, the central decision to recruit personals is a not to fostering unemployment issues. Yes, in some way it is true that center has also accepted that yes, there has been unemployment in India, which is now about just over 8%, right? 8.3 to be precise. Okay, so center is also saying that yes, in some way it has also agreed, but in other way it is said that we have created these additional jobs and all those things. So we won't be going into that debate. We'll just be reading these things. Okay, for a nation that has significant demographic dividend, the working age population is much larger than the non-working age section. So it is a demographic dividend. Why? Because the age sex pyramid of India is like this. Okay, this is the younger age, say 0 to 5 or 15. This is 15 to 60 and 60 plus. So this is Indian age pyramid. Okay, just remember this. This is a good thing. Look, this is not never accurate. I don't have the accurate data. Yes, this is female, this is male. That's exactly what I should have written. Okay, so what is saying? Working age population is much larger than non-working age. You can see this area. Okay, the area that have shaded and the area that have put white dot. Can you see that? Say this is let me say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Can I say that area of 2 is greater than area of 1 plus area of 3 combined? And if you say no, then you are mistaken. Sir, it is actually yes. The area of 2 is actually greater than, for Indian case, area of 1 and 3 combined. Say for case of Japan, it is like this, or even more skewed than this. Okay, so this is their 0 to 5. Here we have 15. Remember this. This is their 5 to 15. This is their 60, or for them it is 70, because they are a population of over, and this is over 85, right? So you see this working age, which is about 65 there also. So this area is not greater than these 3 combined, but here it is greater than this. Actually, it is more skewed than this. It is something like this. Whenever I talk these things, then it obviously takes time. It is like this. Yes, now it is to somehow extend correct. This is male, this is female, right? So this is your 15, this is your 65. Okay, so this is the older age population, this is the other dependent population. You see 1, 2, 3. Here area of 2 is not greater than, or is not greater than area of 1 plus area of 3 combined. You understand it now? This is the concept. So this is for Japan, and this is in context of India. So you have to understand this. Okay, fine, let's go. Finding such. So you understand why we have this unemployment problem, because the number of jobs is less than number of aspirants. Okay, let's go. With this background, let's go. Finding productivity employment in youth was to be an imperative for India. Yet, in last few years, unemployment has remained a major concern. The leaked PLFS in 2018 revealed India's unemployment was highest 6.07% in 4 decades. The latest shows that it has come down to 4.2% in 2021 compared to 4.8 in 1920. Okay. So, in terms of more widely used statistic internationally, the current weekly status of unemployment figure 7.5% in all persons 2021 is still varying. So, CWS current weekly status is how much? 7.5%. I won't be explaining CWS because it is a very easy term from economics. You go and read your labor and employment notes, right? Headcount ratio, CWS, and all those things are there. Okay, but for PLFS data will not bring much cheer to the government despite a decrease in unemployment according to official data. This is because the decrease in PLFS has also coincided with transfer of employment into lower productive and unpaid jobs away from salaried employment. Worryingly, industrial jobs have decreased with more employment in agriculture and farm-related jobs. A trend that accelerated following the lockdown has not reversed since. Okay, so what had happened? Industrial jobs have decreased with more employment in agriculture and farm-related jobs. Obviously, why? Sacking of employees. Sacking process during pandemic, and it has not returned post lockdown. Why? Because increased mechanization is one of the reason, not the only reason. Okay, employment rates among educated, unemployment rate among educated 9.1%, and youth have only declined marginally. You understand this? So educated and youth have got considering pre-pandemic era, there has been a slight or marginal decrease only. The rates have continued to remain lower for those employed with either salary and all those things. So it is clear that government must tackle unemployment and concomitantly the quality of employment issues. Okay, on what footing? Means on a mission mode, it should do these things, right? The unemployment issue should be taken on a mission mode, and you should be given employment. In regard, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announcement this Agnipath scheme along with the 10 lakh personnel within 18 months. Okay, should be seen as a step in the right direction. Fine. The latest data shows that 8.86 lakh vacant jobs among all central government civilian posts as of March 2020. Modi announcement was not about creation of large chunk of new jobs. The bulk of the promised unemployment is to fill a vacancy, but even this measure would be ameliorative and real economy that continues to remain distressed, a consequence of BJP-led government mismanagement and effect of pandemic in last few years. The country cannot afford squander more years in its race to reap the benefits of demographic dividend and push to provide jobs for those seeking to enter the labor force, even if belated, to help the is no man of long term. Look, what I feel that yes, this is in good direction, that there are about 9 lakh vacancies and government has said that 10 lakh within next 18 months. So it is also expecting that 1 lakh personnel will more be retiring and there will be a vacancy of some kind, right? What is the problem? No new jobs has been created now. No new jobs means what? It suggests that economy may, it suggests two things. If I go like by the economic sense, by the pure economic sense, then it would suggest two things. Okay, let me clear this place. Today is, look, sometimes the articles are self-explanatory, sometimes we have to explain it even harder, right? So today I think we have got such a newspaper where articles are very good, but they need a bit more explanation, right? So in that context in mind, I'll be explaining much more about this. Okay, let's see what happens if we consider a pure economic sense, okay, economic view. Then no new jobs means what? It means two things. Either economy running at full potential, okay, so there it say the economy can produce 100 kg of rice, okay, in a year, just an example, and it is producing 100 kg of rice in a year, so it won't need anything else to be done, right? So there won't be any new job and already working are sufficient for this. Or what is the second condition? Economy is in a kind of stagflation, a stagnation. I won't go for stagflation, okay, means industries not producing jobs. This would push new job seekers where? To agriculture, right? Okay, because why? Industries and services, let me write that also, services, right? So not producing enough jobs. Why? Because they are in a stagnation part. So push new one will go where? The new job seekers will go where? They will go to agriculture. This increases the pressure on agrarian sector, primary sector, right? So this is what it is. So do you think India is in this stage or in this stage? I think that India is in this stage, right? There is a kind of stagnation due to pandemic. The major reason has been what? Due to pandemic. Government is saying that we have got a say V-shaped recovery, but the original thing is that we have got a K-shaped recovery. It would happen like this, but some sectors are going like this and some sectors are going this. So this is a kind of K-shaped recovery, right? So we have to handle this sector so that they go up, and we have to leverage this sector which are already going up, right? So that they move more up. Okay, so this is how the things are going today. So what I want to say that if no new jobs are created, then it is not only that the economy is in stagnation, it may be at full potential, which is practically impossible, because at full potential they will again discover some new resources and their potential increases, right? It goes like this, the graph goes like this. So this is the potential, this should have been the potential like this over the time, but new resource found here, the potential increases like this. Then again new resource found here, so potential increases like this. Then a resource that may change humanity, okay, path breaking resource has been found here, then it may go like this also. So we have to see at what stage it is, right? And the second thing is, you understand, a kind of stagnation by which India is going right now. Okay, so with this background you understand these things right now. You are getting why these schemes and why these vacant posts are coming. Because of the stagnation, there has not been, we do not actually need new job creation, we actually have to fill first and then create new job. As per my understanding, you can have yours, that's perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with it, right? And then create new jobs. Okay, rest for relevance. Fed rate hike, you know, yesterday Federal Bank of USA's Federal Bank has done what? It has raised the interest rate, okay, as a rate to exit of foreign portfolio investment. And I yesterday only said that this would lead to capital outflow from India. I've explained it, I think, infinite number of times how this happens, and I'll add one more time to it. So infinity plus 1 remains infinity. Okay, and this is class, I think, 6 maths. Okay, class 6 7th maths, to deal with the infinity thing that Ramanujan has given. The man who knew infinity. Conceptual clarity makes you God. So always have your one thing clear, and that's concept. Okay, now let's see what we have to see here. So what is this saying? Fed rate rise. Look, this is USA economy and this is Indian economy, right? So what happens? Is USA economy more stable than Indian economy? Yes, it is. So this is stabler, this is stable. Indian economy is also stable, but less stable as compared to USA's economy, right? Now, what happens? Say there are $10 billion, and there are maybe about 800 billion rupees in the economy. Okay, and this $10 billion can be RBI's asset or can be investors' asset. Okay, RBI means domestic asset or investors' asset. Investors can be your portfolio investors. Okay, so foreign portfolio investors, or it can be for FDI. So we don't be coming with FDI because it is more or less of permanent character. We'll be talking about FPI only. Okay, we'll not be talking about this, fine? Because FPI invest in share market, invest here and there to get some gains, monetary gains. Okay, now interest rate here is say 4%, and interest rate here is say 8, 9, 10, 10%. Okay, inflation here is 1%. Inflation here it is 7%. So effective rate. Let me make it 12%. Okay, is 4 plus 1 5, 4 minus 1 3%, and here effective rate is 5%. So what will happen? That investor FPI will invest here in India because they are getting a 5% return, right? Even with 7% inflation, they are getting what, 5% return. But what had happened? Now the new interest rate has become say 6%, okay, or 7%. That technically is not possible in an advanced economy like USA. But for example, let's say interest rate changed to 7% and inflation changed to 1%, remained 1% only. Then what is the effective rate? 6%, or inflation become 1.5%. So effective rate is 5.5%. But India remains like this. So what happens? This will invest here. Why? One, stable economy. Two, interest rate is 5.5%. You understand? In first case it invested, second case it invest here. But how it will invest here? Say this FPI person has $5 billion only, okay, and it has invested this 5 billion in Indian economy. So it will take out this 5 billion first and then invest it here. Okay, so this taking out of capital is known as flight of capital or capital outflow. Okay, therefore capital flight takes place. You understand this now? How it happens? This is the concept. Okay, the US Fed on Wednesday implemented the steepest increase in 27 years to fight to rein in runaway inflation. Type of inflation: one is your creeping, crawling, runway, galloping. Okay, creeping means 1 to 2%, crawling means 2 to 3, 4%, 2 to 5%. It is not that it is only 1 to 2%. It is just a kind of for convenience we write like this. Okay, 5 to 10% and 10% plus, something like this. Galloping can be also 100% plus. It depends on economy as well. I'm talking about advanced economy, right? Barely 6 weeks after raising the policy rate by half percentage point and underscoring the likelihood of additional 50 basis point increase in next couple of meetings, the chairman said it has become essential to increase the rate instead by 75 basis point to bring inflation down. Now, how you understand how this happens? That if the bank increases, the Federal Bank or the Reserve Bank increases the policy rates, then how inflation is tamed? Let me give you a glimpse of that also. I know today is a very explanatory kind of it, so don't worry, these concepts come handy in examination. If you understand it here only, you have gained advantage than many of the aspirants that just go and read the books, because books don't talk to everyone, books talk to selected people only. Okay, why? You have to understand between the lines. I'm not saying that book does a kind of discrimination, but yes, there are challenges of book also. Okay, how it happens? Say RBI is there. Okay, what has RBI done? This is economy, Indian economy. Okay, and it has say $1,000 billion and 80,000 billion rupees. Okay, so what will happen? RBI increase repo rate from 4% to 8%. Okay, so this will lead to what? Banks borrowing less. Why? Since repo rate increase, means what? Banks borrowing less. This would lead to what? Banks lending less. Okay, why? Since funds unavailable, and plus lending dearer, because bank has to earn from whatever it lends, so it will lend dearer. This will lead to what? Consumer taking less loans, plus buying will lead to more money flight. So what happened? Ultimately in all this process, rupee is going out of consumer plus bank's hand, and this lead to what? Now there was 80 billion, it becomes 70 billion. Okay. Or say simply, so the consumer has less rupees to spend, and if it has less rupees to spend, then it will spend less, then it will pay less for a commodity. Say a commodity which became 100 from 80 due to inflation, will now become what? It will become 70, or 70, 60, 50, anything, due to less availability of money with the public. So it goes like this. You understand now? Okay. This is what I wanted to explain. I have explained you both the concept. Okay. So you just give it a read. I don't think anything else will be there in this article. Give it a read. If there is anything else, you tell me in the comment box. I'll come over it again, because I don't want to waste the precious time, because mains is nearby only. Okay, this is important. This may be a question in prelims. Mains. Be prepared for it. Following in old ages in journalism is perilous to the reporter covering on weather and climate. There is a frequency cited as in journalism. If one person says it's raining and other says dry, the job of journalism is not to just regulate both sides, but look out of the window and determine which is accurate. While this has struck me as simplistic and not really applicable to most stories worth telling, it is particularly perilous to the reporter covering the weather and climate bit. Any journalist who has assigned to report on science and environment would at some point of time has reported the annual summer monsoon. The newbie monsoon means end of summer, messy roads, and RK Lakshman cartoons of soaked to standard meteorologist and the only one in the room without umbrella. In due course, these precipitations become more monsoon report mantras. When will rain, when it will stop, and other things. A senior meteorologist once gave me 2 words, all encompassing answer. It depends. Okay. So on what factors depends? Arbiter of the all things, weather forecast and April May has monsoon which has lasted from June to September is likely to progress. It also forecasts on advance of the monsoon in Kerala. The MD does this few days left or right of the June. Okay. But sir, it's raining in Kerala. Okay. Website. I called up an officer and said that it is okay. They said looked up to this. I got off a call with a relative in Kerala who said that it has been pouring and monsoon has set up in Veranam. Okay, though he said that rain alone does not make up the monsoon. I thought that my school education has been light due to okay. It depends. Put things in perspective. Kerala from okay. Now, Kerala, from where the monsoon begins its journey, must tick up the boxes unlike the rest of the India for monsoon to be declared at least 60% of 14 stations of most of them in the state, but some in Lakshadweep and Karnataka must get 2.5 mm rain on consecutive days. Then there is a criteria such as depth of westerlies and outgoing long wave radiation need to be met. The former indicates strong sustained winds and the latter is long name for cloudy. I learned my lessons with it when the look out of the window and instruction. Okay, this is the thing. As the favorite word of IMD, especially okay, normal and all those things. Okay, this is a repeated thing. Give it a read. I don't think it is important. Such monsoon would be 96% of historical average. Into this inbuilt 5% error margin will be there from 101% to 91% can be there. Here same saw massive monsoon failure and all those things are there. El Nino condition is a problem. Central Pacific is a problem. I think about 20 days ago there was this article on what affects monsoon. It is the same article, not exactly same word by word. Verbal is not same, but the conceptually it is same, right? Okay. So these are the factors. Climate changes there. Okay, done. There is nothing more in this. Okay, fine. We are almost done with this thing. Okay. Now let's see text and context pages. The reason behind crashing of crypto. Just the gist we'll be doing. Okay, why central governments and central bank view crypto negatively? Do this virtual currency have intrinsic value? First thing, no intrinsic value. Why? Because intrinsic value comes with the value of the things from which it is made. It is a virtual currency. It is not made of anything per se, right? Even your rupee note that do not means 100 rupees, 200 rupees, any note that currency note do not have the intrinsic value. They are called fiat currencies, right? Okay, let's see. Bitcoin has lost more than 2/3 of its value, while Ethereum has lost 80% from its peak. Okay, and the market capitalization has dropped under 1 trillion for the first time since January 2021. Most analysts believe that the fall in price of cryptocurrencies is in line with the fall in price of the stock as central bank such as US Fed has tightened the monetary policy. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts argue that cryptocurrencies have always been subject to extreme price swings and that current crash is a good time to buy these virtual currencies at tremendous bargain. Skeptics, however, believe that the current crash could very well be end of the road to cryptocurrencies. Okay, so some believe that it can end cryptocurrency and some other believe that no. It's the best time to buy this cryptocurrency, right? That's easy. Okay, RBI has proposed to allow linking of credit card with UPI. The UPI has become a popular mode of payment in India with more than 26 crore unique users. Okay, and 5 crore merchants. Linking of credit card with UPI is likely to increase the use of such card in small ticket size payments as it would provide users with more options to pay from. The mode move will provide significant boost to overall spending via credit card. And if the population is spending via credit card, it is also promoting the capitals of banking system. It is also promoting the efficiency and capitalization of banking system, and it actually leads to what? It will lead to a very important thing, and that is a kind of better performance of banking system in India, right? Because they will be earning more, and since they will be earning more, so they will be spending more on users. Okay, and let's see if anything else. ASEAN India means discuss reversal profit. I would be doing this. Okay. Okay, there's nothing here. US to fund 3 Indian institutes. It announced 122 million to address changes proposed by infectious diseases. Okay, fine. ICMR, National Institute of Biology, and National Institute of Econ. Okay, this is related to what? This is related to pandemic things, right? Just know about it. Yes, US has always done this because they respect education. Okay, stagflation I have to explain you, right? First, I'll do this. Curbs on master has okay, satisfactory compliance with the norms. That I said, that's enough. Government eyes monsoon coal buffer stock to 40 million tons. Current stand 23 million tons. Okay, so we'll have a buffer. Why we need a buffer during monsoon? It's very simple. Look, during monsoon, due to rain, there is what? The fields, the coal fields get becomes flooded, and due to flood, what happens? That no further mining takes place. Have you seen this movie of Amitabh Bachchan, Shashi Kapoor, and this Shatrughan Sinha? It is called Kala Sona, right? In Kala Sona, how the river floods this coal field. Similar is the case here also. In monsoon season, the rivers floods the coal field, and hence there is no this thing. Okay, there is no further mining, and due to no mining, what happens? That we need stocks, but we need coal during that time also for our energy needs. So for that only we are stocking it right now only by increasing our efficiency and net mining capacity. Fine. So let's see what else I have to explain you. I have to explain you this term stagflation. Okay. So it is made up of two words: stagnation and inflation. So what is stagnation? As I have explained earlier, means production stalled at same level. And what is inflation? In general, rising costs in a economy. Fine. So what happens is both of them combine together. So this leads towards joblessness, and this inflation is need to what? More money going out of consumer hand. So why this is stagflation? Why are we talking about it? What happened during pandemic or any such thing? That one, the production stops. Okay, the stop means production less. This leads to output less. This leads to what? This will lead to more output by money ratio in economy. This would lead to inflation, and this inflation will lead to more or less output. Why? Because production costs increase. Okay, this will lead to more production, this will lead to more output, and there is a vicious cycle like this. So this creates a stagflation, stagnation plus inflation. This is a concept. Go and have a look over it if you want on internet as well, right? But this is the basic concept of inflation. There is nothing much in India, and India says that RBI says that India better placed to avoid risk of stagflation. Why? Because domestic economic activity is gaining strength. What I said, stagnation is when production is stalled at same level, means economic production. I do not mean industrial production, it means economic activities. Just remember this, whenever I say production, it means the overall economic activities. Production is just a part of Indian economic activity. Okay, fine. So this page also done, and I don't see any. Okay, so with this we have ended today's newspaper analysis. I hope you like the newspaper analysis. So if you like the newspaper analysis today's, so you please subscribe to our channel, like our work, comment below what else you want, and share the work. This is your responsibility to do. You are our flag bearer. Okay, our audience is our flag bearer. Okay, so please do this and let the channel grow so that everyone can reap the benefits of free education, free knowledge. Look, education you may get, but knowledge you always get from the people who have some experience. Well, I have experience in this examination. Okay, although I have not cracked it till now, but I am very close to cracking it. So reap the benefits of my experience, and you won't feel that you have given time to a wrong place. This is a perfectly no nonsense channel, as you can see on the thumbnail also, no nonsense channel, and only exam relevant talks and contents are uploaded here. Okay, so with this I end today's lecture, or I end today's newspaper analysis. Best of luck, study hard, and Jai Hind. So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also, keep studying hard, keep following your dreams, and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard.